After several months of planning, research, preparation, and actually taking action on our goals, if you're watching this or listening to it right now, that means we're fucking launched.
We did it,
Let's
baby.
go. Welcome to Untitled,
A podcast and educational brand where the nostalgia of higher education meets the sharp edge of a corporate boardroom.
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alex.
And together we deliver no BS insights for ambitious freelancers, corporate climbers, multi-hyphenates, and business owners.
By challenging the limits of a single title, we're here to empower you to redefine success.
And make your work work for you. Class is in session.
Sophie and I thought that this was going to be the easiest thing we could do.
Yeah.
We're like, if we're going to do something together, it's going to be a podcast because that would be easy. The fact that we're here doing an intro episode and hopefully people are seeing it is insane.
Okay, I think we should start by telling them our love story. I want you to start it.
Oh, well, I think our love story started out kind of rough. It started out a little bit rough. So
why do you say that every time?
Because it's true. It's so true. And Sophie's going to deny it because she doesn't remember it, which I think proves my point.
Okay.
She doesn't remember the interaction at all. So I met Sophie for the first time when I was on site at a client event for content creation. And Sophie was like the latest person to arrive.
I had a different client event before and I let them know that I was going to be late.
She did. So my client tells me there's this girl, she's arriving late. Like when she gets here, we need you to go downstairs and buzz her in. I'm like, okay, so comes the time. I like go downstairs. I don't know who Sophie is at this point. I open the door and I instantly recognize her.
Wait, what?
Yes, because I had seen you on TikTok. Sophie doesn't remember this interaction at all, which is hilarious.
I'm frazzled.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. Like, I'm Alex. Like, I've seen your TikToks. I'm like, it's so nice to meet you. And Sophie's like, yeah, nice to meet you.
No.
Yes.
Was I being a bitch?
And then we walk upstairs in like complete silence.
Oh my God.
And
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not like it just was a moment in time.
Okay.
But I think it's crazy because that was our first interaction and this is where we are now. Fast forward.
Like a year later.
Like no, it was less than a year. Fast forward like 8 months.
Okay.
It was like 8 months. And Sophie and I are now working for the same client in different capacities. And now we like know each other, but we really still aren't like, we haven't been in enough situations where we're like, oh my gosh, you're it. Our relationship as it is today changed so much when we both were on site for a 3-day long client event. Magic happened.
No, seriously. Like every conversation that we had, I've been working in this marketing content business for like seriously for the last, I would say 4 to 5 years. And I don't have friends. I love my friends, but I don't have friends that I can talk to on a level of understanding. Like they know exactly what I mean when I'm going through these like really tough moments as a solo entrepreneur, or, no one can really understand or relate to some of the things that I'm struggling with. And then when I met Alex, it was like, oh my God, I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah, no, the synergy was
insane.
Instant. It was instant.
Let's introduce ourselves really quickly, just so everyone gets to know who we are as well. My name is Sophie Tangle. I am a full-time performance marketer, entrepreneur, creator, creative strategist, but none of those titles really sum me up perfectly.
And I'm Alexandria Sophie. I'm a brand manager, a creative marketing strategist, a creative director, and so much more. I could say so many other things. We're tweaking at these titles.
We're tweaking at these titles so much.
Yeah. This is why the podcast is called Untitled.
Literally none of these titles sum us up
correct
perfectly at all.
None of these titles encompass who we are.
Truly. We really created Untitled for people who are in motion. If you're somewhere in between the job that you currently have and the life that you want, you're in the right place because same.
There really are so many amazing podcasts out there already by really successful individuals. And there's so much value that, we can take from those podcasts, but they've already made it. A lot of these people have already made it. And Sophie and I talk about all the time how there's such an underestimated value in the in-between, in the behind the scenes of really getting something started. And it's also, I was thinking about this, it's the rough draft. Nobody is showing the rough draft of what they're doing. They're showing the final draft that's polished and here are my learnings. What Sophie and I are willing to do and want to do, our goal is to show you the messy side of what we're doing. Sophie and I are both currently working over full time, building our own businesses, and we're in the ditch of figuring it out right now.
And that's like the whole point of Untitled. We didn't want to wait until everything was perfect to share what we were working on. We wanted to document this process as it's happening.
We both came from very different paths and very different backgrounds, but a lot of the things that we went through gave us the same insights. And one of those things was having the privilege to see people in our lives that we love and respect work really hard at something and see things go well and also see things not go so well. And I'm using quotation marks because, society has this idea of what good looks like or what success looks like. And Sophie and I really did see every single side of success.
Because transparently, when you are in it, when you are in the messy moments, the pivots, the failures, experiencing imposter syndrome and self-doubt, that is also where the most valuable lessons live. And that is what we're bringing to Untitled. We're releasing episodes every Thursday. They're 30 minutes long.
And like everything that we do at Untitled, the 20 to 30 minute episodes are very intentional. Sophie and I are not in current seasons of our lives right now where we have an hour to listen to a podcast.
Let's talk about the format of Untitled. This podcast isn't about just dumping a shit ton of information on you because there's so much information already out there. You can look up on Google anything that you need to know. This is about synthesizing information that we're learning and building these episodes out into lessons that we've experienced that have either helped us or are currently helping us in our paths to building this life that we want. This semester, you can expect us to cover so many different topics that we have really honed in on over the last couple of years, like starting something without having it all figured out, making more money, dealing with procrastination or time management, balancing a full-time role while, trying to start something as well.
And to really upgrade your learning experience from passive to active, each episode is also coming with its own homework.
Not just in the school sense type of homework. It's going to be something that you can actually implement, take action on that week.
I think when we all think of homework, we think of like pointless takeaway activities to do from school.
Yeah.
And we dread it. And we really want to shift that. We don't want you to dread this homework. This homework is really designed to help you to implement and really see the benefits of taking action on the specific topic that we talked about that week.
You're going to feel like you're back in class a little bit, but this time you're not actually paying tuition. Yay. There is no busy work, and everything that you're learning is going to be directly applicable to what you're building.
Sophie and I are not showing up as the experts. We're not selling you a polished version of success that we've achieved. We're in the process. We're showing you the behind the scenes. We're taking you behind the scenes with us as we figure it all out.
If you've ever felt like success is super far out of reach and doesn't really feel human, because like we mentioned before, there's these amazing business leaders that have these incredible podcasts filled with value, but they're really giving like hindsight advice. Untitled is here to make success feel human and not far out of reach, because when you're in these in-between moments, it can feel like you're falling behind, but you're not falling behind. You're building and getting closer to success. So what we're doing here is really trying to make that more transparent.
At the heart of Untitled, we are challenging the limits of a single title, and we are helping you make your work for you.
To wrap this intro episode up, let's quickly go over what you guys can expect to see, hear, feel from us throughout this entire semester. First things first, you can absolutely expect real, honest conversations. We've been saying this throughout this entire episode already, but we are really showing up authentically here. We are not going to be afraid of sharing where we're fucking up, but we're also not going to be afraid of sharing where we're winning, because that's valuable too.
The real and the raw.
Exactly.
And another thing you're going to be able to expect is synthesized learnings. Again, Sophie and I are not showing up as the experts. We're showing up in it with you. So we're synthesizing the learnings that we have had and are having on a weekly basis.
We're not inventing anything new. We're not reinventing the wheel on this information. We're just making it accessible, sharing it in a way that has really helped us, in hopes that it helps other people who are in the same position.
And we're doing that in short, high-value episodes with impactful homework. This is for people that are in their rough draft season, because that's the season that Sophie and I are in right now. I wish that we had Untitled, and that's why we created it.
Truly, I have not seen anyone do something like this before. This is what, like, we're missing this. And I saw a TikTok like a few weeks ago where someone literally said, why don't we have more podcasts of people who are actually in it? Like, I'm sick of hearing the experts talk.
Yeah.
Or
buy my course.
Yeah, we're not selling you anything here. Like, this is so value driven. Alex and I have not made a single goddamn penny, but this is a passion that we have. This is a purpose that we're so excited about. We're not just here to like sell you another thing. We're here to build a community in a space where you feel seen, you feel supported, and you feel like you have a community of people that are on the same path. So you can really feel like success is achievable, even when you feel like you're fucking in this dirty mess of whatever the hell you're doing. That's normal, by the way.
Yeah, you're not alone. We're in it with you.
All in all, we are so excited to learn with you guys.
We would love for you to join us in class each week.
If you're watching this on
Hopefully
April 30th
packed.
at the launch party, our suitcases are packed. Alex and I are going to Puerto Rico because we've worked our fucking asses off on this podcast and we need a goddamn break.
And of course, we need to spend more money.
Yeah, of course we need to spend more money. So make sure you're following us here. And also don't forget to follow us across socials at Untitled AF Pod. We're going to be sharing a lot of behind the scenes. We'll also share all of our resources and notes that we have collected over the course of the semester. Class is officially in session. Episode 1 is already live, so make sure you go take a listen. I'm so excited to be here, guys.
Thank you for being here.